Sorry, Don.
Who's that?
Rick.
Rick? Why'd that be so? I gotta get more screens.
Welcome, race fans. This is Ron, Bigg Wizurd TV. We are live, and this is going to be fun.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
What's that?
Alright, we are rolling here at Road Atlanta. We've got a pile of cars here. This is East to West Racing. We're live on the air with the GR86. This is off season, and this is just for fun. And this is our off season race. No points tonight, just for fun. We're also going to do a little test. We're going to do a little test for the yellow flag. So I'm going to be in the car. Racing around a little bit during the feature race, and we'll see how that goes. This should be a blast. We've got a bunch of cars that are right next to each other in time. We probably got 10 cars within a half a second in the time, and it will be door to door for quite a while. These cars are really tough to pass. You've got to get a run. You've got to get everything just perfect to make it work, and that ain't easy. So it's going to be pretty wild, pretty crazy, and it should be great to watch. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching the replay, however you're watching it. It should be a lot of fun. All right. it for qualifying.
The sprint.
Sprint.
Uh-huh.
Sprint of doom.
How many laps is our sprint?
10.
Ken?
Depends on where you look.
Is it going to be rolling or smashing?
Huh?
Rolling.
Rolling.
Smashing. That's awesome.
I did a lot of smashing last time.
Thanks, Shady.
This is a grandpa kitchen.
Yeah, you want to be quiet.
Who's
I'll be very
Grandpa's
quiet.
kitchen?
No, it's relative to swearing.
Oh. Yeah, we're on the air.
So I'm just telling him it's a grandpa's kitchen.
It's a Grandpa's kitchen race. Got it.
That's
Welcome, race fans.
Ackley Ease.
Yeah. Welcome, race fan. Thanks to our sponsors, by the way, JNR Craftworks, Stair Fittings Incorporated, Grandpa's Kitchen. I'll be in the booth after the feature. Well, once the feature starts.
Starting to move. Go. Going green. How's it gonna go green?
Tom, how did you get in front of me? Let's bunch it up, guys.
I'm trying, man. I'm giving it all she's got.
Nice
We gotta do
car.
better on the rolling starts.
Nice car, Todd.
Like coming up the center.
How fast am I on the right? Hang alive. Coming back on.
Well, hello, Sean.
What's going on, Rick?
We meet again.
Watch your accordion effect on these cars. Everybody's right next to each other.
Did you see it?
I did.
The bobble.
Yep.
Old tires.
You recovered well.
Great. I'm last.
Last is first.
Spicy. Oh, sorry guys.
Man, Ryan, I didn't think you were gonna go on that side. I wasn't looking.
No, that's my fault. All good.
Shoot! Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Did somebody shut down the brakes? I'll try that again. Left side, left side. Better stick around there, because we're going to make a move here. walk good.
What are you doing back there, Sean? EJ, I caught you that time by 1/1000th of a second, man. I'm coming. Oh, sorry. It made you lose concentration. You probably went and looked at the lap time.
smokes, look in my mirror. Here they all come. I'll just stay on the right, boys. One more. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. The Napster.
You might get it, JP. You might get it.
I don't know if he's in here. I think he's still over in the other chat.
He's in the other chat.
He's
I
probably
think.
over there talking and like, why isn't anybody saying anything?
I'll move him. I can just park it at the start-finish line and go over after the leaders go by.
Wait, was that not the last lap?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Coming to
One
it.
more. One more. Well, these guys are finishing up. The leader's coming down the hill now.
JP's probably like, what the hell is that guy doing?
Woo! What a race!
Very good.
That's
race.
really good.
All right, so when
Need to straighten up that start for this next race.
well, we're going to be flipped too, so it's going to be interesting.
Oh boy.
Not all the way flipped, right?
Yep, all the way flipped.
Oh no!
That's all you
Come
got.
on!
If you're in the front, all you got to do is stay.
I go as fast as I can.
Got a 0x. Get off me.
Well, I just fixed that for you.
I know,
Hey,
you just gave me a 4x.
There goes your bonus points.
Yeah, all your points are lost tonight.
Right.
All right, congratulations, Brandon. Nice race, nice win. Snuck that one out. Stayed in front of
Barely.
Richard. No?
Oh, I just said barely.
Oh yeah. You guys were door to door there. That's pretty cool. Rick, Rich,
Couldn't do
Joe, you
anything
guys
with
were
you,
all
you
right
did
there
good.
too.
Well, you won't have any trouble with bunched up in front. I can tell you that.
So, that's that.
Guess what? We're gonna be in the front.
Huh?
We're gonna be in the front.
I don't want to be in the front. Don't put me in the front.
And start in the pits.
I want to be in dead last.
Then start in the pits because it's going to reverse the field.
Start in the pits.
Huh?
Start in the pits.
Starts in the pit.
We can. How do you do that?
Just don't
Don't go to the grid.
Okay.
I'm not starting in the pits.
Then you're starting up front.
Starting in the pits.
My iRacing's crashing.
You got 2 more minutes. Get it back.
Quit. Go and the green. Grid. I go on the grid. I don't want to go from the pits. I'm in the pits enough.
Okay.
I'm not warming up either.
One of the things that we have to watch, well, in the regular season we'll have standing start, so it won't matter.
I only have enough energy.
With the rolling start, you have to be careful
I'm not
keeping
gonna
your
get back
group
into
together.
this.
Well, the whole idea is to have this run so we can test the yellow flag. If you want to run for 2 laps until after the caution, then you can drop. But I want to have as many people in there as possible for the yellow flag.
What's going on, guys?
Is this a rolling start?
Yes, it is.
Dude,
So just so you guys know, I will be able to extend the grid so we can discuss this and everybody can have a full understanding of
Oh,
everything.
up 5 laps.
One thing that I'm implementing right now for Don and Karen is copy and paste a yellow message from the race control messaging system. Hopefully letting him know to, obviously hold your position and slow down to a certain, I think it's 60 miles per hour. Set it on, Ron?
Yeah, 60.
Yes.
There will not be a flag telling you there's a caution. It's just going to be over the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he'll have to listen and watch the screen.
Tell you what
There
position.
won't be a yellow flag. There won't be a yellow flag. He's going to do it over the radio, and he's going to put something on the screen for us to read.
Right.
So will it come in that bottom thing that where it says, like right now it says Rich Hibbs connected, David Wizurd connection?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it will be
It's
right
gonna come
here.
up just like this.
Okay.
When you're in the car, it's going to be on the top of your screen, not the bottom of
Okay.
your screen.
Right.
So see right there.
Things in the way.
No, see on the bottom where it says yellow, yellow.
In the way. I can't move it. I can't move it.
Okay, just calm down. I'll
Okay.
help you.
There's no
I get it.
rush.
I get it.
He's moving his.
No worries.
we're obviously holding until
Yeah.
Uncle Don's
Okay.
set, right?
You're going to
Yep.
change
Yeah.
the time then?
Yep.
Oh, there
Okay,
we go.
are
Not working. Okay.
Can you kick that forward when we get all done?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. So
And I'm 10% away from being loaded back in.
Okay.
no worries. We'll get
Oh, good.
everybody
Okay.
in here. Everybody's there's no panic. We just want to make sure everybody understands it.
Okay.
And that's why we're doing. So the reason why we decided to do this is because if you're involved in an
It's
accident,
going to be
let's say,
9 minutes before the
Yeah.
starts.
So
No.
Yep.
They read in there where they're going to start, what they're going to tell you.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
See-
Okay.
go ahead, Karen.
If I can read all that without going off in the ditch, that'd be a miracle.
Okay.
So what we're trying to prevent here, we're gonna go with the iRacing
Are you in
Just-
the grid?
standard yellows, but the
Okay,
amount of
eight
time
minutes.
that it takes to get those back rolling again, we can
in the
shorten
grid.
them. But we're gonna
That
try
road is
out
closed.
a manual safety car. And the reason we did that is because if you are, let's say, in a reverse grid and get taken out in turn 1 and deserve to be racing, you should have the benefits of a race in a yellow flag to get your car back running again and not be completely out of the race, hopefully preventing a lot of frustration and people disconnecting. It's I mean, that's one thing that's really important to me. I want you guys to have as realistic experience as
It'll be a
possible.
while.
But if you guys have any questions, the way that it's going to work initially is David will be pulling out of the pits. He will be at pit exit, and I will obviously let you guys know that over the radio. And you guys will start in single file order based on the order you were in when the yellow flag was thrown. Does that make sense?
Can I
Yep.
put that there without any problem?
So we're just going to stay in line where we are, right? Like we'll just stay
Yeah.
in line. Catch
Yep.
up to the car in front of you and stay there.
Yep.
No passing him, passing them, nothing like that. Just get in line, stay in line.
No
Get in
Wishoon
line
brother
when you get a
bumping,
yellow.
none of that stuff.
Just get
you
in
know?
line, stay in line, and don't pass the car in front of you.
If you get the
When you
caution?
get the yellow, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we'll try to be good over here.
No, and the reason why we're doing this is to make sure that the concept works. Does anybody disagree with the concept or have any feedback with regards to it?
Let's
I'm
try it.
totally
Let's
okay
do it.
with negative feedback because we can only improve, you know.
Let's try it. Let's do it.
All right.
I
Anybody
think
else?
there's a way to do it so it doesn't count the yellow flag if we do the normal iRacing base car. So there's that as well.
There is a way to do that. I think we were having issues getting that set up, and I personally would much rather use the iRacing. Base car.
Okay. The reason I didn't do automatic cautions, which is the other way to do this, is because if we do automatic cautions with the way I've got it set with the sprint race, it's automatic cautions in every session. I can't make it automatic cautions in the race and not the sprint. So if we can, I mean, in a racetrack like this, cautions on the sprint aren't going to kill us, but still you only have 15 minutes in that race. And if you're spending 5 of them on pace laps, or 6 of them, or 8 of them, then your race isn't going to be very long.
You can still use the iRacing safety car and my software, and then not call one in the heat race.
This is a 39-minute race.
You can, but you can prevent an automatic
like a
one, or you
discussion
just
for
do
later.
manual.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's race. See how it works. This is how it's set up this time, so we're going to try it this way.
Nobody should be frustrated. We're just trying to make this more fun for everybody. All right.
All right. Is Rick getting back in?
Oh, yeah, I just was waiting for the.
Rich has been on the grid for a while.
Yeah, I'm here now.
No, Rick. Rick was on. He wasn't on. It's all
I was
good.
saving fuel.
I gotta make sure David's reconnected really quick, and then I will put in the grid starts at 30 seconds, and I'll announce it for you guys. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Actually, allow me to do 3
Rick, if you program a ignition and starter, usually if you then set to auto start the car, or just an ignition switch, you can come to the grid and then turn the car off.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Fuel.
Flip the switch and then it'll turn right back on.
I'm probably not gonna be able to hear anything over the radio, by the way. So.
All right, I'm gonna try and get a message out as well. Can you see the race control messages?
I believe
Top
so,
of the
yeah.
screen.
All right. Just check on David, and then we should be good to go. Have fun, guys.
But David's a pace car. It's a black car with pace car written on it. You can't miss it. Nice.
And I have no audio. God.
chance. I'm gonna.
These starts, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, we'll fix them for GT3. It's all right. We won't have
GT3 will
the
be
full
standing start, right?
standing start, and the whole grid won't be reversed. It'll just be top 8. So it'll be different. A good place to go 3 wide, Jeff.
Do what?
So that's a good place to go 3 wide.
Well, I had to run, and there's going to be a caution anyway.
Yeah, I know. You were almost going to cause it. Miles an hour.
Hey, you're.
Hang on, Ryan.
Oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Okay. 60 mile an hour. I thought I was coming down below. Up on top.
We got to bunch up though. We got to catch up to Sean. So whoever's in second, you got to catch up with Sean.
Yeah, and David should not be driving out of the pit lane right now. He should be stopped.
Faster than 60. Are we back in?
Yeah,
No,
you gotta
we're waiting.
catch up the car.
You stay in line. No.
Yes.
Just, no. Stay in line.
Hey, what happens
Catch
if I
up.
have? What happens if I have a car that's like really damaged in front of me?
Stay in line.
You stay in line. You can go in the pits if you need to.
Okay.
Are we back racing? No.
Stay in line. Stay in line.
We have to catch up though. Whoever's holding up the back part of the line
Oh, well, I
has to
know.
catch up.
Well, it's
60
Richard.
miles an hour.
You have to catch up to the car.
Trying to do what I can here, JP.
Yeah, I know.
Doing what I got to do here.
Do I need to go 60 miles an hour?
Just no, catch up to the car in front of you.
Oh, okay. No car ahead. Okay.
Not close enough yet.
I'm now caught up.
Okay, there we go.
Pretty close, anyway.
I think JP's question was if a car is just way off the pace, they need to just get out of the way. Damaged off the pace, they just.
If they can't keep up the speed, they're gonna have to. They have to stay out of the way. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out.
The way it works in the real world.
All right, I think we're all back.
The way
Why
it
do we
works
have
in the
the
real
yellow
world. It's because slow-moving
Why we
cars.
stopped?
That's not 60. That's 0.
Why we stopped?
There's a car stopped on the track.
Well,
the
he's
pace
got to go
car.
60.
I think David's car was stopped.
We're working on it.
Hey, next time. I just ran an 8-hour event with 5 pace cars, so I'll help do this.
Okay. Well, I think once we figure it out, we'll be all right. We just need to figure it out.
And we can pit if we need to, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how it works with damaged cars, usually on a full course caution in real life, is if they cannot keep pace and the car is visually damaged, you are allowed to pass them.
Okay.
That's the way it works.
That's the way it works in real life. We'll come up with a ruling for the league. That's probably what it'll be, but
Because me and JP just followed Richard, whose car was literally on 3 wheels.
Yeah. I think he might have been on 2.
Don't like it.
I think it's also the responsibility of the guy with the wrecked car to be out of the way.
Well, he would have got it out of the way. I just didn't know if I could pass him.
Okay. All right.
One more time.
Yeah, we'll do the restart procedure next lap.
Okay.
Can I go when he ducks in the pits?
You control it,
Okay.
but you have to give him enough time to get out of the way.
Just hold up off of him. Don't be on his bumper.
Yeah, stay at 60. If he accelerates away, stay at 60 until he's in the pits. And somebody will have to say pace car in. So we'll figure out how that's going to work. Jaden, are you on here?
No, I think he's only in race control.
Okay.
I'll call it when he goes in the pits.
Well, the race control has to call it when he pulls in the pit lane.
Oh.
But Rich, I think you're right.
Should be giving warnings that it's ending this lap.
Yeah. Jaden, are we ending this lap?
If we're doing full course cautions, we should just do it in a line for those, in my opinion.
A good idea. Well, you got to drive through now.
Yeah. Just as now his race is just as much wrecked again.
Is the pace car going to pull away and then we stay at 60 until you call that the pace car's in the pits?
Not happening.
No, we're not bunched up at all.
That's the end of that.
Alright, Ron. Alright. I was on the brakes mid corner too.
That's all good. Race fans, we are going again. That was our test. So for those that stayed and watched through the test, thank you for being patient. And sorry about the long delays there. We are going again. We're on lap 4 of 25. It'll actually run per the time, so we're probably going to use, I don't think it'll go the full 25 laps. It is a little bumpy out there in the traffic, so keep an eye on what's going on here. Let's get back. I'm just now back in the booth. Jumped out of my car, so we'll see how this is going. Right now, Sean Williams out front, followed by Ryan Fry. We'll see if we can get a jump up there to the lead. Sean goes up the hill into turn 2 over the bump. Ryan Fry right behind, followed by Gray Welch, Jeff Wyatt, Joe Fierro. I need to get more drivers on there so I know who's where. Number of top drivers. Top 10. All right.
So Sean out front, followed by Ryan. The race is pretty close up there at the front, 0.4 of a second. Sean is in the green and black car. Ryan Fry in the GR Toyota race car right behind him. Everybody's in the GR86. He's got the GR86 paint job from Toyota Racing Division, followed by Gray Welch, who's running really good tonight. Jeff Wyatt in 4th, followed by Joe Fierro, Brandon Dooley, Chris Springer, Michael Mooney, Rick Wishon, Todd Schwartz are your top 10. As we run right now, there are, looks like 18, 17, 16 cars still on the racetrack. I dropped out and the pace car is in the pits. And we're just getting going under green here. Should bunch it up here as the guys get going. The faster cars did start in the back here, so with the caution slowing everybody down, regrouping, this restart was probably, I don't know if you watched it, might not have been the best restart ever. But, trying to get concepts down, figure things out. So thanks for tuning in and watching and being patient with us. We have back to live commentary here. And I need to turn the cars down. Turn the cars down. And let's get on the air with you. Hey everybody, how's it going? We also need some sponsors. Look at that, there's JNR Craftworks right there. Big shout out to JNR Craftworks. Thanks for those guys for being with us. We have Sean up front. The leader has got a little gap now between him and Ryan Fry, about a second and a half. Gray Welch is right on the bumper there as him and Ryan are debating who's going to have second place here. If Gray gets in there and gets that draft, he might have a shot going down into turn 10 AD. Right on the back of him right now, just 1/10 of a second. He's trying to get a run. That's the side you want to be on. If he can get alongside, that's the place to be. He's got a nose in, but not far enough to really make anything happen here. Ryan down on the inside is going to hold those brakes to the last second. Go through the corner and hold on to second place. It's very, very difficult to pass here. From experience in the previous race, it was very, very hard to pass. We've got four cars now bunched up for second spot. Ryan in the front of the pack, followed by Gray, Jeff, and Joe. Joe is going around Jeff right now. Into turn 1 side by side. Jeff around the outside trying to hold on. But it looks to me like Joe's got a good run up the hill and he's got the angle going into 2. Now he's got to deal with Gray Welch. And Gray hits the bumps, goes a little high on the bumps there, but hangs on to it. Keeps it rolling down through the S's. This battle is a good one, as now with Gray Welch trying to deal with Joe Fierro on the bumper, is not really pushing too hard on Ryan Fry in front of him. He's got to deal with Joe, who's got a nose in on the outside of that car as they go down into turn 6 and 7. This is the double apex hairpin. Can Joe take it? Oh, he cuts him off. It looked like he just cut Gray off. And Jeff Wyatt's going to follow him through if he can, but no. And here comes Brandon. Brandon has also caught this pack. Now 5 cars in line for P6. Or for P2, sorry. From P2 to P6. We got everybody piled up in a little pile here as we're watching Joe Fierro trying to catch up with now Ryan Fry. He's gotten by Gray Welch and now trying to catch up with Ryan. 0.2 of a second as they dive down into turn 10 this time. Ryan has a really good angle in this corner. He's got a great entry and exit. Oh, and Joe gets a little loose. Jeff Wyatt gets by as well as Brandon Dooley catching right up to the back now. Brandon moves up to P5 ahead of Gray Welch. Gray kind of the loser on that exchange, as he was up in 3rd and now has been pushed back to 6th. Brandon looking at inside down the front stretch on Joe Fierro. If he's got the braking spot, Joe cuts in up the hill. We'll see if Brandon has the run as they go into turn 2. He's not. He tucks in back behind. He's going to wait till probably after the S's and down into the straightaway. Maybe he can get him down on the entrance of turn 6 and 7. We'll have to find out. Right now, Joe Fierro in 4th. Brandon Dooley in 5th. And Gray Welch right behind. Ryan in 2nd spot. Losing a little bit of ground to Sean Williams, is pulling away. right now with a 3-second gap. Jeff Wyatt is trying to hunt him down. A little bobble there, a little bump over turn 6. I don't think that was... Oh, and there's Jeff coming around. Jeff swinging around here in the 86 car, and he comes off the racetrack. Doesn't hit anything. Loses a bunch of spots because that group was real tight together. Jeff drops back into P7 as Chris Springer gets by, and Chris is now catching up with the pack as well. There's your leader, Sean Williams, going by, followed by Ryan Fry right here in the white and black car. Then Joe Fierro closely followed. Dooley, then Gray Welch and Chris Springer. Jeff Wyatt getting back on the horse. Here comes Brandon around the outside. Joe trying to protect on the inside of that entrance to turn 10. That is a tough place to block and try to prevent. This is where Brandon gets a run off of turn 10 down across turn 11 and 12 here. Looks like he may have the inside line going across the start-finish line. Brandon is going to take over third spot, as he is now the one in chase of Ryan Fry. Joe Fierro doesn't really like that outcome, but he kind of touches the grass there on the exit of turn 1. He's going to drop back. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. These cars do handle pretty well when they lose grip just a little bit, but if you lose momentum, you lose time, and that dropped him about 3/10 back. Brandon now eyeballing the number 616 of Ryan Fry, painted GR86 with Joe Fierro in tow. It's so tough here with these cars so close together. What you end up doing is you end up trying to make a move on the guy in front of you, and you can't make it work. You create a hole for the guy behind you. So you really got to be careful where you pass and how you pass, simply because you'll lose a spot to the car behind you if you don't do it right. Brandon has the draft. Joe also with the draft. Brandon's going to come around on the inside here as they go up the hill into turn 9, getting ready to drop down into turn 10. Brandon does have the edge as they're going down into the brake zone. Who's going to hold on farther? Ryan's pushing him towards the middle. Brandon's got the inside going in and the outside going out, so they got to make room for everybody, and Brandon does make the pass. The number 14 car into second spot. During all that commotion, as now Joe Fierro's lining up Ryan, so he can get him down the front stretch here into turn 1. During all that commotion, Sean Williams has pulled out to a 4-second lead. We will see if Brandon has what it takes to reel him in, as they are also catching up with some lap traffic. As here's our leader in the 6 car, and we'll catch it from his cockpit camera, and he's got lap traffic right there in front of him. We'll see how long that takes. That's 0.8 of a second right now. Aunt Karen doing some pretty good laps out here. She is running 141s, but our leader in the 137s. So it's going to be 4 seconds. It's probably going to close that gap up here off this straightaway. She also realizes that he is the leader. She does have a relative, and she'll be fighting to get out of the way. She'll be getting out of the way as Sean fights to get that spot. Back to the second pack here, as we see Brandon, Joe, Ryan, Gray, and Chris with Jeff in tow. Looks like Chris is a little bit in the right spot here to get by Gray Welch. We'll see if he can do it going down into 10. This is one of the best passings on the racetrack. Passing zones. Chris Springer with the bumped up little front end there. You can see he's got a little damage on the nose there of the number 56 Bigg Wizurd TV Axis Racing GR86. There's Gray Welch and Jeff Wyatt also contesting positions behind. But that makes the spot. That lets Chris into P5. Gray is now under attack from Jeff Wyatt in the 86 car. As Gray misses that first corner, bounces through it. Jeff's going to try to run him up the hill. It's hard to stick it on the inside there. We'll see if he gets the spot taken. He does, and goes into turn 2, into P6 now. Back in the pack a little bit. Here's Michael Mooney running in 8th position. He's behind this pack by about 10 seconds, and he is rocking and rolling. He's got TJ Allman just 5 seconds back, so he's going to try to hold him off. Richard Wishon, one of the faster cars on the track, has not had a good start in the 974. He is running the Donuts car there, and he is back quite a ways off the lead. He's got about 24 seconds to the leader. But on the move, back in the pack. Todd Schwartz also back here. He did not run the earlier race. He's running the Fanatec TS, VRS, Cleveland Beamer, developed here, all kinds of good stuff. V. Todd running in P11, followed by Richard Wishon. Oh, Jeff Peters and Rick Wishon. There's Jeff. You got to check this car out. This is a cool top. We'll get back up to the front here shortly. This is pretty cool. Okay, they're catching him. He's got birds aren't real in the 66 car. He's saying that birds are government agent spies and they're not real. So, kind of funny there. As Brandon and Joe still going at it here in this debate for who's in P2. Brandon still has it right now. Chris Springer also catching up behind the 48 car here of Joe Fierro. Chris Springer in the 56. Making some gains on him, but still just about 1.5 seconds back. And he's got a lap car right here in between the two of them. Sean's still out front, but that 4-second gap is now down to 3.5. We are about halfway on the laps. Let's see where this is going to go. Now, Sean's catching up with Uncle Don. He's about 1.5 seconds back from him, and he will be trying to get by him cleanly. The next car is Rich Hibbs, who is currently in the pit lane, along with myself and the pace car. Joe with a good run off of turn 7. He's going to try the inside down here against Brandon, and Brandon's going to let him go. Not going to fight that one too hard, try to get him back in a little time. The ebb and flow of this kind of racing with these two cars. These cars are not that fast. They're good race cars. They're all momentum. You've got to get the momentum going, and once you have it, you can go with it. So that's Joe Fierro taking over P2 again, or taking over the P2 in front of Brandon Dooley. And Brandon, good run up the hill into turn 1. He's going to tuck in behind. See if he can get him going out of turn 5 as they're going down the hill through the S's now. Instead of battling together, they should be battling to catch up with Sean. There is still a long way to go in this one, and I believe I don't know. I don't think they're going to have to make pit stops. I don't think I did fuel limitations on these cars. Coming off of turn 4, down the hill into turn 5 is on the inside. Joe, though, hits the brakes late, cuts the corner, and stays in front. We'll see if Brandon can be close enough on this exit. That's the trick. If you're close enough on this exit, there's pretty much nothing the guy can do. As Ryan Fry and Jeff Wyatt are battling for position. Jeff goes a little bit wide out of 7, gives that one back, and he may end up giving away a position for that. And that's what happens when you battle with these things. You lose a little bit of momentum trying to get the guy in front of you. You end up losing a spot to the guy behind. It is really difficult to keep these things moving. So, Todd Schwartz and Richard Wishon together here on the racetrack. Oh, this is Todd. Rick Wishon, sorry about that. Rick just got by for position. That is for P11. Rick and I were battling. We just did this same race with these cars at Atlanta in the JNR Craftworks Contender Series. That was a lot of fun. Had a good time with that. Rick and I were door to door for most of the entire thing. It was a good time. So, Sean is kind of pulling away from Joe here. Brandon still really close as the two of these guys battling nose to tail here. Brandon goes over turn 5 again, down into 6. He can get alongside, but doesn't have enough go-go juice to get out in front of him. If he gets a good exit, like I was saying, he gets a good exit. Now, he might be biding his time a little bit, But he doesn't have a lot of time to waste because Sean is starting to get, he's holding that gap at 3.5 seconds in front of Joe Fiero. But smartly, Brandon is not battling here. He's just pushing, seeing if he can get Joe to go a little quicker to see if these guys can run. Oh, there he goes. He's going down to the inside. Joe's trying to protect. Brandon's got the line. Who's going to hit the brakes last? It looks like Joe's going to take it still. As this one is going to go another lap on the side. Got a couple more cars in the pits. Oh, and there goes the 48 coming around, losing it on turn 7. Brandon goes by, Chris Springer up into 3rd. Joe Fiero drops back to P4. We saw that right here live on the commercial breakaway as I was trying to do some league maintenance at the same time as announcing the race. Brandon solidly now into 3rd spot. Chris Springer is back there, but I don't know if Chris, with that damaged front end, is going to be able to gain on Brandon. We'll see how that's going. Lap 15 finishing up now. We've got 10 to go. In the GR86s here, this is a test week. This is off week. We do race the GT3 cars normally in this series. Just having some fun right now in this GR86. Put everybody in the same car, drive them around, see how they go. We're trying out some yellow flag procedures. We're definitely going to have to work on the restarts. The yellow flag part is probably fine. We probably need to set the time a little better. Looked like it worked out all right. We'll talk about it afterwards and see if we can get things. Sean Williams out in the front. Top Schwartz. Don went into the pit lane, so we didn't have to get by Uncle Don. Todd Schwartz now 1 lap down. He is on an outlap. He probably didn't put enough fuel in the car. Pretty sure the car is unlimited fuel here. Sean out in the front now, just 2.8 seconds separating him from Brandon Dooley as Brandon is gaining. Brandon in P2 here is going through 10B, followed by Chris Springer in the 56 car. He is in 3rd spot. Go up over turn 11 and down the hill. Joe Fiero dropped back to P4 as he had a little bobble, but not too far back. Just a few seconds there from the 56 of Chris Springer, just 3 seconds back. That's the same gap as we had to the leader just a few minutes ago. Now number 86 car here, Jeff Wyatt, is gaining by the looks of it on Joe Fiero. Just a half a second now. Jeff is really pushing this thing. Jeff was having a hard time last race. He wasn't getting the laps he wanted, lap times that he wanted last time around. But he has really picked it up during this feature race, this sprint race. Here, the JNR Craftworks, he was not pleased in the 137s in his last lap. We'll see what he's running here as we go by. On the ticker on the top, Joe Fiero 137, Jeff Wyatt 137.3. was his last lap. But last race during the sprint, Jeff was hitting low 132s, 136.2s. He was right in the pack, in the hunt, doing the races. Looks like Brandon has gotten by the 20 lap car as well as Chris Springer going by now as they're going down through turn 9 into turn 10. Number 19, Gray Welch, is in 6th position. He's about 4 seconds behind the pair up front there with Jeff Wyatt and Joe Fierro. I think it's Mario Kart. I think he's got some Yoshis on there on the back. So, pretty cool paint job there from Gray Welch. I don't know when Riv said looking good, but I'm not sure when he was there. If he's here now, hey, thanks for joining us, Riv. We're still rolling here. We still got about 7 laps to go here in this contest. Sean Williams out front. Brandon Dooley closing the gap. It's going to be tight before we get to the end of this one. Gray Welch in 6th. Ryan Fry in P7. He was up front earlier in P2, but has fallen back into P7. Richard Wishon in the 974. Had a bad start as well. He is now... He went in the pits there on lap 20, lap 9, but he is now putting in some times. And Joe Fierro has just clipped the fastest lap of the race, 136.3, and that is fast. Richard Wishon with the 136.7 for his quickest. He is trying to gain on 7th place Ryan Fry. He's got TJ Allman in the mirror. TJ really moving, gaining on... I'm thinking he's gaining. We'll find out. Right now, 1 second back. Richard's pretty quick. So we'll see where that puts the 83 Old Guy Racing Tires Plus GR86 Old Guy Racing. There. Big Tires Plus logo on the side. Beautiful looking car. Good to have TJ back on the track with us. He took a little break for a little while, and he's out here pushing it hard today. Running a great race. P9 for TJ. Rick Wishon and Michael Mooney back here in 10th and 11th. Rick has gotten ahead of Mooney in the 88 car. This is Rick in the green and black. Mooney has switched over from his previous paint job to the DeWalt Racing paint on the GR86. I think it made him go faster because he's doing really good. 38.9. Oh, as we say that, commentator's curse. Sorry about that, Mooney. My bad, my bad. Hopefully he gets back around inside the racetrack again. He loses a spot to JP, who we'll go check on next. There you go. Birds aren't real. There it is. There's the car. There's the paint. This is Jeff Peters. He's got the conspiracy theory GR86 going here. That birds aren't real. They're all government spies. They're drones from the government. Recording everything we say. Good time there. Jeff just having a good time tonight, having some fun out there on the racetrack. And he is 30 seconds back. And let's see, Todd Schwartz we talked about a little bit. Following this, we got Michael Mooney in the 88 in the DeWalt car. Just talked about him. He is now in P12. Todd Schwartz letting some leaders go by. He is in P13. As they dive down into turns 10A and B. He doesn't want to get away. Rich Wishon, that might be something on there. TJ makes the move as well as Richard. Both of these guys get by Ryan Fry. Let's see if we can watch that again. Replay man, can you get that back for us? Let's check this out. As these guys are going down into 6-7, Richard has gotten right alongside Ryan Fry. Richard's on the outside. Ryan was in P8, is now Richard's trying to get, no, he was in P7. And Richard all the way around the outside, doesn't get it there, but then look at that. Oh, Ryan just slides the back end of that out a little bit. Richard has to back off just slightly, and look at that run TJ gets coming up the hill. Puts him right into P7 as they go into turn 10. Great pass, great pass. And while we were away with that one, let's go catch up with what's going on in front. As the 14 car has caught. Oh, I think we just lost the 48. I think we just lost the 48. The 48 car has dropped out of the order. And he is out. He's in the pit lane. Brandon has caught Sean Williams, and this is going to be an epic battle here up front. Meanwhile, the 56 in third spot, Gray Welch in fourth. Gray is cruising along in fourth position with Jeff Wyatt in tow. We're pretty close together back there. Chris Springer's solid in the third spot. Let's see. Let's watch this battle into turn one. Is Brandon in the right position here to take it? Not yet. He has caught him. He picked up the 4-second gap. We've got just a few laps to go. We're on lap 21. We've got 4 to go when they come across the stripe. So 5 to go right now as they just barely cross the stripe. But this first place battle is intense at this point. And TJ and Richard are fighting for that spot there. Not... Oh, and Ryan is not going anywhere either. That's how these cars are. You get 3 drivers that are close together in speed and ability, and they just sit here and swap back and forth. TJ into 5th now. And here comes Richard trying on the inside, see if he can hang turn 1. Whoa, that's so close. TJ gets a great entry on turn 1. Up the hill and over the top before everybody else. Richard has to back off a little bit. Oh, and TJ, big hop off of turn 1. You can also see TJ's car, a little bit of right side damage there as the Tires Plus logo on the passenger side door. It doesn't look as pretty as the Tires Plus logo on the driver's side door. So we'll have to see what happened there. He probably a little rubbing his racing out here. TJ holding on to P5, Richard Wishon right behind, followed by Ryan Fry. That is 5, 6, and 7. Back up to the front. As Sean still holding off Brandon. Brandon is a sly devil here. He's going to try to find a way around. Right now, Sean doing his best to hold him off. And, yeah, 48 dropped the server, so he's out. Sean Williams, last lap 137.1. Last lap for Brandon 137.4. They are right together here on the racetrack. Just 2/10 separate the leaders. Both of them hop over turn 1, staying on the throttle through the whole thing. The one thing you'll notice here is this is a simulator, that the back tires seem to be diving into the pavement, and that's just an effect of the graphics on the car. Man, Brandon's got a great run down into here in turn 5. He's going to see if he's got a nose in on the entrance, but I think he's going to wait until the exit and see if he can get him down the long straight. If he can get close enough, use that draft coming out of turn 7 here, he might be able to get something to happen. He's got a great run. And TJ and Ryan Fry still battling. Richard's now in front of him as that battle is continuing. This is it right here. Brandon really close, gaining on the draft. He's coming up the hill. He's got a great run. Which way will he go? It looks like Sean's giving him either side. He takes the inside lane as they try to dive down into 9 and down into 10. We'll see if Brandon has enough to hold on to that position. We've seen him do this before. He's coming around the inside of it. He does take the spot away going into turn 10A. Can Sean stay close enough behind him to get another run and use the draft going back down that long straight from turn 7 to turn 10 on the next lap? We'll see if he can stay close enough as Brandon takes off down the front stretch up the hill into turn 1. This one's not over yet. We're going to have to watch. Brandon Dooley just clicked off the fastest lap, 136.3, the quickest lap of the race so far, and he used that to get by into the lead. Great run up here up in the front. The battle in the back is still ongoing. This is a battle for 6th place. This is Ryan Fry and TJ Allman. These guys are still going at it. Richard Wishon has gotten out in front of him, has pulled away to 0.8 of a second. What a huge lead, right? 0.8 of a second lead as these guys going down the front stretch. Ryan with a great run. He's going to jump on the inside, try to get the position as he goes into 1. Ryan does not appear to have any damage on his car. Oh, and TJ squeezes him in. And he's going to go around the outside. I think TJ's got the momentum on that one. He's going to hold on to the position. Oh, that's beautiful. That is racing right there. Nice and clean, hard racing all the way around. That was really nice looking. Oh, wow, what a battle. These guys are still going at it. We're on lap 23. of 25. There's only a couple to go. We'll see if Ryan can mount another challenge. Let's see if he can go. Richard Mission in the meantime got away from these guys a little bit. He's got a second gap, 1.2 seconds. And here comes Rick. Rick isn't going to let this one go. He wants to get in it too and see if he can battle for that P5 spot. So 4 cars right here together, only a couple seconds separating P4 to P8. Sorry, P5 to P8. Up front, Brandon Dooley still leads Sean Williams in second spot. Chris Springer in third. Pretty comfortable spot back there. He's about 3.5 seconds behind Sean, and it doesn't look like he's gaining much. Sean just still clipping off some good quality laps there. Fastest lap of the race for Ryan and Jeff. Jeff Wyatt now in P10 has fallen back, but he has just clipped off his fastest lap of the race with a 136.7. So Jeff finding some speed late in the race, and he goes by JP just now. As these guys are battling as they come down into turn 10. JP's got the inside they prefer, but he breaks a little early and gives Jeff the spot. And the birds aren't real, drops back to P10. And that's Jeff Wyatt in the JNR Craftworks GR86, number 86, appropriately numbered. Old Guy Racing logos on the front there, with some Stair Fittings Incorporated logos as well. And Bigg Wizurd TV on the tail. Remember our sponsors as we're rolling around here on the bottom left. You can see them as they're going. We've got Stair Fittings Incorporated, our primary sponsor here for East to West Racing, with JNR Craftworks running the JNR Contender Series. But that is the earlier race. This is the Challenge Series. Also one of our big sponsors here is Grandpa's Kitchen. Now remember, with Grandpa's Kitchen, gluten-free products. They have the flour and the mixes and the recipes and all that good stuff. Show you how to use it. Jump over to their website, grandpaskitchen.com, and you can use the code. You can use the discount code BWTV. That's Bigg Wizurd TV, and that will get you 10% off your whole order every time. We're on lap 24. It looks like as the leaders are coming around, this is the final lap for our leaders. This is it. White flag lap. Brandon Dooley out in the front. He's got a decent gap, half a second over Sean Williams. Chris Springer still 3.5 back. Looks like he's not going to be able to gain before they run out of laps on this one. And Brandon staying out front as they drive down into turn 6 and 7 here. Double apex right-hander. This is one of the tougher corners because if you don't launch out of this turn 7 correctly, and the car behind you does, they can gain on you all the way up that straightaway. So definitely want to get your best foot forward on that one coming up the hill. Brandon Dooley up the straightaway. Chris Springer has gained quite a bit. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, but he has gained. Now only a 1.7 second gap to second spot, but he is currently in third as Brandon goes through turn 10 and up and over the hill. This will be the final time he comes across the stripe at the bottom of this turn. He's going to be coming across the start-finish line as he dives to the pit lane. Why is he diving to the pit lane on the final lap of the race? That does not make any sense. Oh, all the cars are coming in. Okay. We may have missed the flags. We may have missed the flags. I didn't see a checkered flag, but it looks like these guys are done. And uncontested there for the win at the end. And we may have run out of time. We may have had a time issue with the yellow flag. May have run out of time. We only went 24 laps, 25. I'll find out and get you the summary on that one as we finish this race off tonight. Thanks for tuning in. It was a great battle all the way around. I'm going to drop down and see what in the world was going on with that.
See you, Jeff.
Have a good night.
Hey guys, Ron in the booth here. It looked to me like you guys went 24 instead of 25. Is that right?
We're wrapped up. Yep.
Yeah, but instead of 25 laps, it went 24.
Correct.
It might have, yeah.
Yeah, I think it went one short of the schedule because of the the yellow flag time early. So, okay, that's cool. I was just trying to figure out why I was calling the race a lap after it was over.
Because it's exciting even afterwards.
Yes, yes, it is. Well, we have big shout out to our sponsors here at E2WR Racing. We've got Stair Fittings Incorporated, JNR Craftworks, and Grandpa'sKitchen.com. Thanks again, everybody, for a great show. Thanks for testing out the pace lap system. We're gonna have some communication on that one, so we can make that a little better, especially the restart. And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in tonight and watching the stream. Have a great night, all. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, Ron.